Hello everyone, my name is Avni Kaul. I'm a nutritionist and a wellness coach, and today I'll be talking about nutrition and menstrual cramps as to how we can reduce our painful cramps with the right diet and nutrition. So most women experience painful menstrual cramps. It's a very common gynecological problem. More than half of the women have reported that they have severe pain in the first 2 or 3 days of their periods, and in some cases it is so severe that it interferes with their daily activities and daily household chores as well. And most women don't seek treatment for the reason that they feel it's something very normal. However, we can actually manage it with certain modifications in our diet. Now, we need to first understand that why we get these menstrual cramps. It is because of the release of a chemical-like substance known as prostaglandins. Now, these are made by the endometrial lining of the uterus. So, when the periods begin or the menstruation begins, the endometrial lining breaks, and that's when the prostaglandins are also released. And they promote inflammation. Now, since they promote inflammation, it results in reduced blood flow to the uterus, it results in muscle contraction, and hence the cramping and the pain gets started. Now, what we need to do in order to fight these prostaglandins is that we need to give anti-inflammatory foods. We need to include anti-inflammatory foods in our diet. Sometimes the prostaglandins also enter our bloodstream, and a lot of women experience diarrhea, vomiting, nausea. So we're going to be discussing the nutrients that you can incorporate in our diet. First and foremost is vitamin B1 and B6. This you can take it in the form of a multivitamin or a B complex. Vitamin B6 do not go beyond 50 milligrams on a daily basis, because if you go beyond 50 milligrams, it can result in nerve toxicity, which can result in tingling sensation, burning sensation, and can result in shooting pains also. And vitamin B1 you take about 100 milligrams. Of course, do discuss with your doctor or nutritionist before you take these supplements in case you're on any other kind of medication. And so vitamin B1 and B6 actually helps to alleviate symptoms of the PMS. It helps to reduce the pain and the cramps. Now, the second thing that we need to focus on is the vitamin E. The natural sources of vitamin E are the sunflower seeds, safflower seeds, almonds, pistachios, your oils that are there in the diet. Those are good sources of vitamin E. And as a supplement, you can take about 200 milligrams on a daily basis. What you can do is with your vitamin E supplement is that you can take it 2 or 3 days prior to the beginning of your periods and continue it for 2 or 3 days at the onset of your period. So it helps you to reduce the menstrual flow also, and it helps to manage the pain and the cramping. And do not go overboard with the vitamin E supplementation, because it may result in some gut issues, gut problems. Third thing, very important, is vitamin D. Vitamin D deficiency is very common among Indians. It's a sunlight vitamin. For this also, supplementation becomes necessary in most cases. What we usually recommend is about 1000 IU on a daily basis. Of course, you can discuss it with your doctor. You can take about 60, if your vitamin D is in a single digit, then you can take 60,000 IU once a week for 12 weeks. And if it is in a double digit, then you can take the same dose, 60,000 IU once a week for 6 weeks. Try not going overboard with the supplementation of vitamin D, as it can result in loss of appetite, it can result in weakness, fatigue, feeling thirsty, sleeplessness. So there are obviously issues associated with the excessive intake of vitamin D. Any vitamin or a mineral, if you take it in excess, it has a toxicity attached to it. And vitamin D also helps you to regulate your periods. So if women who are facing irregular periods, vitamin D is something that you should look into. Now, the fourth is magnesium. Magnesium is a mineral that relaxes the muscles, so it is very, very effective in bringing down the pain, the cramps. It helps with the irritability, the depression, the mood disturbances. So magnesium is really effective, and ideally you should be taking about 300 milligrams daily. It can be twice or thrice a day also, depending on what your requirements are. However, 300 milligrams daily. And best time to be taken is with calcium at night, because magnesium is also sleep inducing. If you're having renal issues, please avoid magnesium supplements. And please, of course, discuss it with a nutritionist or a doctor. And in case there's an excessive magnesium supplementation that you do, it may result in loose stools, or it may result in diarrhea. It can cause palpitations. It can interfere with your blood pressure also. It can lower down the blood pressure. And if it's in excess, it can result in weakness and drowsiness, because magnesium also is sleep inducing. So you need to be careful with magnesium. And what are the good sources of magnesium? Ragi and jawar, these are the Indian millets. They're also gluten free. You get it in pulses, legumes, your green leafy vegetables, your black till also. So these are some of the vitamins and minerals. There are some more as well. You definitely you need to consider omega-3 fatty acids. These are essential fatty acids. When I use the word essential, it means that you need to take it in your diet. Now, what are the good sources of omega-3 fatty acids? Your walnuts, chia seeds, flax seeds, avocado, soybean oil. If you do eat fish, you can consume tuna, sardines, mackerel, salmon. These are certain fish, that you can consume for omega-3 fatty acids. If you're not able to get omega-3 from your diet, then you can definitely consider taking supplements that goes up to 1000 milligrams on a daily basis. You can take it up to 3000 milligrams also. Now, omega-3 has an important role. It reduces, it has a blood thinning effect. So if you have thick menses, omega-3 can be really helpful in, reducing the blood flow. And extremely important, again, if you are allergic to fish, please avoid taking fish oil supplements. And sometimes, in some cases, it may result in nausea, and your gut can get a little upset if you're taking in higher doses, or if if your body is not reacting to omega-3 in a good way. Like some people, they don't tolerate omega-3 very well. Now the sixth is zinc. Now, what are the good sources of zinc? Again, is your egg, chicken, your pulses, your cereals, your black till. These are all very good sources of zinc. It is anti-inflammatory in nature. It is very important for our immune system. And this we recommend about 30 milligrams on a daily basis. Of course, please do not continue taking zinc for a very long time. It can again cause a little bit of the gut getting upset, can result in a bit of nausea, but overall, again, it is very helpful in bringing down the cramps, the pain, the mood disturbances, the irritability, and also helps with the depression in case, in times of PMS and around the period time. Very important, again, we need to discuss is calcium. What are the natural sources of calcium? Are your dairy products, your milk, dahi, chhach, paneer, lassi, soya, tofu. These are very concentrated sources of calcium. If you're unable to meet your calcium requirements from your regular diet, then you can take up supplements, which is approximately, we give about 1200 milligrams on a daily basis. Of course, if you have renal issues, please avoid them. It also interferes with your blood pressure medication, so be very careful before you take these supplements on your own. And in case the dosage is very, very high, in that case it can result in constipation and flatulence. Calcium again is very, very effective in reducing the cramps. Certain studies have shown that it really brings down the the mood swings and all. Also, it helps to reduce that. Then very important is exercise. A lot of studies have shown that women who exercise regularly or who have regular physical activity in their daily routines, they have less, they experience the cramps in a much lesser manner because of the release of the hormones serotonin and endorphins, which are known as the happy hormones. I'd like to focus on one food item here, which is ginger. Ginger is has shown to be very, very effective in bringing down the cramping and the pain which is caused. In fact, it is compared with the non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs that most women resort to with no side effects. So what you can actually do is that you can take infused ginger water first thing in the morning, or you can add a little bit of dried ginger powder in your tea, or you can have adrak wali chai. That will really help you with the problem of menstrual cramps. So that's it. This is how you can manage your menstrual cramps with the right diet, nutrition and exercise. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much.